Okay, welcome back, you guys, to Southland Opening Drive Media Days. We have SFA joining us now, Head Coach Colby Carthel, Jeremiah Walker, and Ed Bobino joining us. Coach, I'll start with you. Just opening thoughts and excitement level being back in the conference and looking forward to the season.
Oh, we couldn't be more thrilled to be back in the Southland. I think it fits us and allows us to really bring things back, renew some old rivalries. Really helps with travel. We went from 3 flights to 0 flights, which is great for our student athletes and their recovery, but it's also really good for old coaches. You know, I mean, that's hard on us, all that travel. But I think more than anything, it's going to help our university, our overall athletic department, but overall university playing all our games in our geographic footprint where all the Lumberjacks come from. And so we're going to have some big crowds at home and some big crowds on the road and be able to take our brand and really grow our university right here in Texas, Louisiana area.
SFA has won 4 Southland Conference titles in the past. Why do you believe that you guys can rejoin and get back to winning conference titles?
You know, I think we've built this program, and you've seen a steady climb from us until last year. You know, we were in the playoffs in 21, won a WAC championship in 22, and last year, you know, we just didn't finish games and didn't have the kind of year that we wanted to have. And as I've told the guys, you know, it's only a losing season if you don't learn from it. And I think we learned some lessons. I've been very, very pleased with this group and our off season and the way they've attacked it and just their mindset. We call it a red dirt mindset. And I think you're going to see an East Texas tough team out of the Lumberjacks this fall that are going to be exciting to watch. We've made some changes with what we're doing schematically on offense, and so we're going to pick up the pace a little bit and sling that rock up and down the field and put some more points on the board. And I think it'll be an exciting brand of football to watch and a brand of football that's going to make Lumberjacks proud across the way.
Tell me a little bit more about the offense. 3 new coaches on that side of the ball. How are things going to look different?
Yeah, that's one thing. Change is always constant, and we've we've been tasked to replace a lot of coaches over the last 3 years, and that's great. I love to see coaches get other opportunities and move on. And this, this defense, first 2 years, and this past year's a big turnover on offense. But Coach Chris Ross comes in with over 30 years experience, very, very well respected Texas high school coach. Has won state championships. He's coached at FBS at Boise State, and his brand of offense is going to be very up-tempo, vertical run game, and really pushing the ball down the field. And so I think our offensive guys have really gravitated towards that. The new offensive staff that we've kind of assembled alongside him, and so it was a fun spring. They gave these guys fits, and I was like, hey, we're going to be in good shape. So we've added some pieces in recruiting, I think, that have really helped. I think we've, you live and learn a little bit, and personally, I think I was a little slow to embrace the transfer portal, and we were more reactionary instead of aggressive. And this year we got pretty aggressive in our recruiting, and I think really improved some rooms, especially on the offensive side of the ball, receiver room in particular. So I think you'll see a great product on the field this fall that shows up in the win column.
You talk about recruiting. You're here at this coaching convention where all these high schoolers are here. Or high school coaches are here. You have Coach Ross and 6 other coaches on your staff that either played or coach Texas high school football. What is the connection like, and how is it an interesting weekend for you that you get to connect with these high school coaches and talk about the talent that you're trying to bring into your program?
Well, I think this has been a phenomenal experience for us and for the Southland coaches in particular, and a lot of our players. A lot of these guys here at Media Days, their high school coaches are roaming the convention center, so it's great for brand awareness and from a conference standpoint, but also recruiting. Anytime you can bump into 18,000 coaches that are coaching your future players, that's always good. And got the FBS coaches having media day right across the way here, so it's been a great experience for us, and I think a great spotlight on the conference and the upcoming football season.
Jeremiah, Ed, both of you guys, Texas guys, have you got to see any of your former high school coaches here?
Yes, ma'am, I have. I actually seen a couple, and it's been exciting, getting to see them. A lot of them helped me grow up to be in the position that I am today. So just to be able to see the smile on their faces and just see me make it this far and continue to see me improve is definitely a blessing.
Yes, ma'am, I saw a few players that I played with that are now coaches, and I think it was really exciting seeing one of the seniors whenever I came into high school, 13-year-old. He just saw me. He was remembering me being real small and, just congratulated me on, where I am now and the progress that I made.
You were real small at one point?
I was real short. Yeah, real short.
We might need a picture to prove that.
That's right.
Also getting to interact with these other schools and meet other student athletes, how has that been like for you the past couple of days you see them on the football field, you're going against them, but in a different setting, get to meet them and see their faces?
Yes, ma'am. It's been okay for the most part. Definitely we're coming in with a chip on our shoulder, so we haven't been too talkative, but we don't want to, set any boundaries, anything like that. We got to know some of the guys, speak with them a little bit, and, they've been very welcoming us to the conference and things like that, but I'm definitely excited to get out there and go against them on the field. And like Coach Carthel said, we're definitely here to make a statement. We're back and we're ready.
Yeah, it's been real good, just the little small conversations. Just because on the field the conversations aren't productive. Cordial, nice. But, I think it is really, really good to interact with them just off the field, also, like, becoming friends and, trying to be at least.
What excites you about playing these new opponents that you haven't played the past few years when you look at your schedule for this season and seeing the teams that you guys get an opportunity to play now?
For me, it's really exciting because I get to learn new players, new coaches. I think the whole thing with football is it's always changing. And so if you study the same people, how much more can you learn? And so just with playing new players, new coaches, I think it'll just elevate my game and the knowledge that I know and will learn for football just that much more.
Yeah, I think Ed gave a great answer. It's definitely going to be a lot more film study and things like that, a lot more things to prepare for. And like Ed said, just going in, finding those little tidbits, things of just what this player does, what this team does best. And like I said, just go out there and compete and just do what we do, just be the Lumberjacks. We've had a great summer so far, and I'm just excited to just get out there and just show, everybody what we've been working on and what we've been preparing so far.
Coach has mentioned the word tough a couple of times. Why is that so important for you guys as a team to be known as a tough team when you guys play, no matter who the opponent is?
I think that's big because when a team turns on the film, they want to see that we play hard, we run to the ball, our offense doesn't back down from anything. We got offensive linemen blocking, we got runners finishing forward and things like that. So we want to be tough when team notices on film. That's the number one thing, also as well as effort. And like I said, if we're tough, that's going to take us far. And that didn't start just now. That started in the off season, in the spring, continuing in the summer. And even while the coaches have been gone for a week or so, we still been out there putting in the work. You see guys out there on offense going out there, they doing, no huddle, things like that. They're going out there practicing the plays, defense out there doing things. So it's been great so far, and it's definitely something that we will show this upcoming fall season.
I think Jeremiah gave a great answer. The only thing I can add to that is my coach always says, whenever you turn on the tape, it doesn't matter the things that a person have on. If he's still playing as hard as he can, then you can tell a lot about him.
Coach, 8 returning starters on the defensive side of the ball. What excites you about that group?
Well, these two guys right here are 2 of those 8, and they are excited. We turned over defense coordinators, 3 straight years there. So we're going to year 2 with Coach Moots and his staff, and they've done a great job. And I think the knowledge that our guys possess with returning starters, and we've added some pieces to that as well. But you can't put a price tag on experience, and so we've got a lot of experience there. And there were games we played really well last year on defense, and some we'd like to have back. And you go 3-8, and 5 of those games we lost kind of in the last drive, and whether it was a stop we didn't make or a drive we didn't finish. And so I think that mentality, kind of bled over into the offseason. We talk about that East Texas Tough and some of the workouts these guys have been through and the work they're putting in to be able to finish that. And that physical component, they talk about the O-line, the offense, and that will be a change. But I think the defensive front has really improved, and Ed's the leader of that bunch up there. And then our secondary, we've got a bunch of guys with a lot of years. These guys have their degrees and have accolades, and they came back and they stayed with us. And so I think that's going to speak volumes into the experience piece and way to elevate our defense.
Talk a little bit more about Ed and how you've seen his game grow and how he's just continued to get better throughout this offseason, and what can we expect from him this year?
Yeah, Ed was one we recruited during the COVID year, so we had to recruit him through Zoom. And, it's been interesting getting to know him over the last 4 years. He's awesome. He has really grown, and as a player, we redshirted him his first year here, and just to see him grow as a player, and mature and weight room and all that stuff, but as a person, that's been probably the most enjoyable thing. That's what you coach for, is these guys, and to see them, grow up and mature into fine young men. And this guy's he's going to be very successful on the football field next 2 years, but in life, this guy's going to do great things. Jeremiah's already graduated with honors and got big plans after football, but they got a lot of football left in them, so it's going to be fun to watch them this fall and beyond.
Ed, what are your goals for this season?
So for me, this one is kind of tricky because I don't like to put numbers on what my goal is. The only goal that I want is for when a team or somebody else turns on the tape to be like, this is the best defensive tackle that I've seen so far. And for me, that's my only goal. So whatever number comes from that, I'll take it, but that's what I want. That is my goal.
Jeremiah, what about you? Any goals that you have for this season?
Yes, ma'am. For my last year, my main goal is really just to go out there, lay it all on the line for the team, lead those guys the best that I can, and just keep growing and to develop and be a good young man. I feel like this year I need to, be more of a leader, be more vocal, just and take those guys as far as I can, if that makes sense. And I'm just excited. Like I've explained before, we've had a great offseason, and you guys will see.
There's a lot of talent in the secondary. How does going up against each other every day in practice make you guys better as a group?
Yes, ma'am. It's definitely a lot of good practices. We definitely push each other. It's a lot of great guys that's been on the team, like you explained, and the coaches also did good jobs going out and getting a lot of good transfers that I'm really excited about. So practices have definitely been great. We've been out there grinding on our own, and we've been out there just trying to, learn the plays, get the new guys settled in, and trying to get them more comfortable, because we do know that they will add value to the team. They will help us a lot, and I'm just excited because the secondary as well as the defensive line, we got juice in those groups, and we're definitely ready to show it.
Now, off the field, Coach said you've already got your degree and you have maybe plans for after football. What are those plans?
Yes, ma'am. I feel like I've always had a passion with owning my own business, but as well somehow getting into the coaching world and just being a leader of men, a leader of bringing people to Christ and just leading the youth. And I definitely enjoy that. I have some past experiences with that as well, coaching kids and helping kids and things like that. So I have big plans whether I want to go in the business route or I want to, help, young men like myself, and what Coach Carthel did for me, and just help them grow up. And like he said, the main thing is, just seeing them grow up and be successful and get that degree, and just show athletes that you're just more than an athlete. You have so much in your toolbox.
Coach, what have these two players meant to this program?
Everything. They're loyal, and this guy's an all-conference corner with his degree, and he could have very well said, see you later, and I'm going to finish where I started. And just, again, watching these guys, grow up and mature. I've watched both of them get baptized over the last 4 years and just become snotty-nosed freshmen, growing into leaders that they sit here today at Media Day. And so they're awesome. And the influence they have on our young guys, is very fun to see, because that's where, good teams are player-led, great teams are good teams are coach-led, great teams are player-led. And we've got guys now that have developed those leadership qualities and now leading this team. And so they've got a great influence. And that's their true legacy, is the things they instill in our young players, that those things continue when they're out playing the NFL or leading their own business or what have you. But these two are really special.
The countdown is on for this season. What do you still look to accomplish in this last month before your first game of the year?
I think just, we did add some. We were very aggressive in May, which was, kind of a change for us. And so we added some really good pieces, I think, in the transfer portal in May. And so we were able to have, some OTA practices there during June. But just to get in and get the pads popping with the new players and get them integrated into the system. Offensively, we're continuing to grow. Obviously, it's a new system. Quarterback, there's some question there. Returning starter had a major injury there towards the end of spring ball. So that job is kind of wide open right now. So that's always a big piece. But we've got, we'll get cranked up here a week from Wednesday and take it one day at a time, and I think just keep putting our best foot forward. And we've got a senior-laden team, a mature team that does, like Jeremiah said, they got a chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove, and we'll take it 1 week at a time and see how this thing shakes out.
And the schedule starts out at home for the first time since 2021. How exciting is it just knowing that you guys get to play your first game of the season at home?
No, we're really excited about that, and it's hard at FCS to get a home game to get things cranked up, and we've got that thing set on Thursday night before Labor Day weekend, so we'll have the fans there and getting rowdy and getting crazy, and so SFA is a great place. Got a great university. I think I sit here going into year 6. I'm as excited as I've ever been. We've got a brand new president, Dr. Neil Weaver, new athletic director, Michael McBroom, and we've got some vertical alignment that we haven't had, and so it's great for our program. It's great for our athletic department. It's great for our university, and you're going to see us do some big things on the gridiron this fall, and you're going to see SFA doing some big things as a university. So just buckle up and let's go.
The conference is ready for it. If there's any questions, I'll open it up. If not, we have a couple. Yep.
Coach, I wanted to ask, how important is it for the Southland Conference to establish itself as a big part of the football scene in Texas, and how much does an event like this help with that?
Oh, this event is huge, and I think you may see us bounce back and forth because we've got a strong footprint in Louisiana as well, and most all of us recruit Louisiana. So I think it's good to integrate this with, the High School Coaches Association, and they're the lifebloods of all our programs. And again, you just see the media presence. I mean, there's people and cameras everywhere with this event, and you see across the way here, while we've been doing all our interviews, there's Matt Rule with Nebraska and Joey McGuire and Jeff Traylor, and I mean all the big-time FBS and Power 4 coaches are doing interviews right across the hall here. And so it's got a buzz with this event, and there's just a lot of positives. San Antonio's been a great city, great host city, so it's been a fun weekend, and so I hope we're able to continue this in the future.
How locally do you continue to drive interest in your program and to make SFA a big part of that community and get the engagement to an even higher level?
Right. We're always going to recruit from home and work out from there. As I said, when I first got the job, you go out in East Texas, you shake a pine tree, there's 3 or 4 guys fall out and run 4.4. So there's some great programs in East Texas, and we're 2.5 hours from the Metroplex, 2 hours from Houston, hop, skip, and a jump over the Sabine to Louisiana. So I mean, we're in. It's one of the reasons I came here is because of the recruiting footprint that where Nacogdoches and SFA sits, and so I think we've had some really good pieces from those areas, and it'll be an exciting brand of football to watch this fall.
Hey, Coach. First off, I just want to thank you for all the energy you bring to our program and the toughness, and I really believe that toughness and the energy you bring as a foundation is going to lead to a lot of wins for us. And also, I see that's why a lot of our guys are becoming successful after football. And I see multiple posts on social media, guys getting baptized, and man, it's a blessing to see all that. But anyways, I just want to ask. We get Northwestern State back, and we get our McNeese State, and I'm excited for October 5th whenever Northwestern comes to us. Are we going to have Chief Caddo back, and how's he doing being at home right now?
Yeah, well, that's a great rivalry to have back, along with McNeese, Lamar, and so there's going to be some great games throughout the fall. The Chief, he resides in the locker room. We have retired him from the rivalry, but Coach and I have at Northwest State McCord, we've worked some things out, and we're working on another traveling trophy that will be should be debuted this fall. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be big, and that rivalry will be as heated as it always has been. And so we're really excited to have that one back, along with several others here in the Southland.
All right, if that's all the questions, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck this season. We're looking forward to having you back in the Southland Conference.
Appreciate it. Axe 'em Jacks.